3rd, 2022. Welcome to Respect the Game, the podcast. I'm Ali, Hillstar 365, the host. And today's topic and discussion is not all good in the hood. I know Ice Cube, shout out to Ice Cube, he made a song like that. It's all good in the hood today. But damn near 100 years have passed. It is not all good in the hood, in urban America, in the United States. It's all dysfunctional. It's all dysfunctional. We're being terrorized by not only by his own community, by his own residents, but by his governing body, by his political, whichever party's running that city or town or whatever you want it is, or what you want to call it, urban America. Now, I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to move out of that environment last year. Excuse me. But I go back often because my daughter has, family ties there. Her mother's side of the family is still there. So every time I go, now I'm looking from the outside looking in. Now when I drive around, I drive through, I see clearer. And I see what's going on, what's been going on. You know what I seen? I seen brand new $80,000, $100,000 SUVs for city employees, for police departments, and the roads and the bandos are still the same. Potholes, crazy. Trash everywhere. Crackheads, heroin addicts, prostitution, and gun violence. Then when I get on my cell phone, on various social media apps, that's all you see on the timeline. Viral videos, because the social media platforms push those videos to the forefront to continue to push negativity and encourage little kids and little girls, little boys and girls to be negative, to be as ratchet and ignorant as possible. If you're ratchet and you're ignorant as possible, then you're gonna go viral. Like recently, I just had my TikTok page banned. I mean, I didn't have hundred thousands of followers, but I had, followers that I built, I was conducting business with, and they banned my account. But yet, I ran across this page yesterday, and this little Spanish girl, she had to be about 17, 18 years old, and all her content is her showing her print. She's showing all her content. Every video is she's sitting there with her legs open, and she's showing how big her vagina is. And then she turns around, face down, ass up, and she's opening it up, and you can see her vagina open up. Now, mind you, she's wearing those real light wearing spandex, whatever you want to call those pants, shorts that they pull all the way up. They ain't got no panties on or nothing. So you can see everything. Now there's kids on TikTok. Because TikTok was originally created for kids. But now adults are on there. So I'm like, I'm perplexed. I'm confused. I contacted TikTok. So I said, I'm confused. You banned my TikTok because of my music. What else was it? Oh, my music, my clothing line promotions, and my nephew. I had a picture of my nephew wearing one of my snapbacks. You know, we were outside, summertime, and he had his t-shirt off. He's chilling. He was in the hood. Shout out to my nephew, Lexi, my LD son. Rest in peace, LD. And they banned my account for that, but you got women on there exposing their bodies. That's community guidelines. Then you got inmates live streaming from prison, throwing up gang signs and talking crazy on that platform. So it's encouraging the kids on the outside and it's glorifying being incarcerated. They think this shit is cool. Then the guys that are in there doing that, that's not making them a better person. It's making them even worse. So then when they get out and they come back on the streets, they're going to be even more violent. Or they're going to have violence come to them because they're in there talking all crazy and throwing up all those signs and throwing up their sets. So that's the world that we live in. So they're pushing negativity. So it's not all good in the hood. I rode through yesterday. I was there about maybe an hour and a half. After I dropped my daughter off, I went and I spun, I drove around for a minute, sold a couple tees and a couple hoodies. Say what's up to my old folks and stuff like that. But I didn't stay long. And now today I was invited to go to a block party. Just set my table up and sell the merch. I was supposed to be on the road already. But after laying in my bed for 2 hours this morning, just laying there numb and just reflecting. I said, you know what? Let me go for a walk, man. Let me get this negative energy out my system, out my soul, and redirect it. And continue my journey towards all my goals. Selling my merch right online. See it on my social media. Click on the link I'll provide for you in the description. And go shop at hoodstarworld.com and I'll ship it to you. But I was truly disturbed yesterday from what I seen. I went in the bodega and there was 2 little kids in there. They couldn't be no older than 13. They're babies, man. One of them had a thing on him because he kept holding on to it. And he's arguing with the other kid about a bunch of nothing because I didn't hear anything that made any sense. Then another kid was behind them with a camera, videotaping it. So everything's for social media. Everything's for the gram. Everything's for TikTok. Then they go write about it and put it on the song. So it's self-incriminating and entrapment. But the hood don't recognize it. Because everybody's so desperate to get out, to succeed, that they're willing to sell their souls to do so. or go to prison, because that's the new thing now. The kid's goal is to go to prison so when they come home, his name will ring bells on the street. You know the streets don't love you? The streets ain't got no love for nobody at all. So I pray that God during my lifetime soften all our hearts and wakes us up to get out of the matrix, out of the maze, of being delusional and dysfunctional and blind and deaf and dumb. Because there's one thing for sure that God gave us all is common sense. And to be able to think and contemplate and have the intuition to know and to recognize right and wrong. Everything don't have to be a scam. Everything don't have to be a hustle. You don't have to plot on somebody that's trying to do for himself and his family. Go the same shit, bro. But how do we change it? Like I seen a post last night. It's at night. You know, I said it in jest. But it's sad that we come to this state, you know? And I know I got my own issues. I got my own problems. I got my own family. But I love the hood, man. I love urban America and the beauty of it and it created and what it's fed the world. From being an architect, engineer, electrician, school teacher, fireman, law enforcement, entertainers, athletes, hip hop. Now hip hop is the number one genre in the world. Now I lived through the time when hip hop, started and it got capitalized and monetized. Of course, not by us. And they started putting it on the radio. Well, it became, came up from underground. Then it went on MTV. They only gave MTV like a time slot of 2 hours every day when it first started. Now it's the number one genre in the world. That is amazing. So the opportunity is vast. And now the kids in high school have opportunities to get paid to play high school sports and to get paid to play college. You could be a millionaire playing college football. You don't even have to go to the NFL. Just play all 4 years in college. Make millions of dollars. Then you can start a business. Start a franchise. Develop some type of program to encourage the kids to attend it and to change the narrative and the direction that they're all in. All the kids, all of them, when I rode through the hood yesterday, I must have seen about 15 kids with hoodies on and ski masks on. Just standing there. It's a fad. So now they're all doing it. And it's a fad. Now they're all shooting at each other. But it's a fad, but it's a fucking very destructive fad because in their brain they've been programmed to believe that it's like video games. But it's not video games. It's reality. I watched this dude. He was sentenced in court. And he was literally sitting there crying like he was a 5-year-old crying to his parents, to the judge. Please, did this man just say he giving me 13 years? Please, no. But you know all the shit that he done? Carjacking, home invasion, armed robberies, scamming. His rap sheet was retarded, bro. He was blessed when they only gave him 13 years. He'd be home in 5 years, bro. 6 years. Get another opportunity. He crying. Thank God he didn't kill nobody. And then they give him a football number like 20, 30, 40 years. Then I see another teenager. He got 150 years. For shooting and killing 3 people. 150 years, bro. And he was young. He was 13 years old, dog. Can you imagine at 13 years old you get 150 years? So they ain't no more like, oh, he just a baby, he just a kid. Nah, that shit is out the window, bro. There's no such thing no more. This generation skipped that. The 10 years, with all the technology and the knowledge they got in the palms of their hands, they skipped that. It ain't no more, oh, he's just a teen. Just give him probation, put him back out on the street. Nah. They sending them kids to prison. They're grown folks. And do you know what happens to those when they go there? What happens when you go to prison like that young? You got 2 options. You either get down or lay down. That's it. You either get down or lay down. There ain't nothing else to talk about. You're going to be somebody's Maytag. You're going to be washing somebody's underwears and socks and tees. You're going to be somebody's chef, cooking every day. You're going to be somebody's writer or artist, drawing, tattooing, rapping, singing, dancing. You ain't just going to skate through under the radar, or you're going to join the gang. Then when you join the gang, then you know it comes with that. Violence. So you're going to have to commit violent crimes while you're in there, taking the chance of adding even more time to your sentence. Because I've seen it when I was there. You had guys who had like 3 flats. All they had to do was 6 to 9 months and they get out on parole. Or dudes with 5 flats or 6 flats do 18 months and get out on parole. And they turn that into a life sentence. I remember this one time, this Jamaican dude, he was a month away from getting out on parole. A month. He did 7 years. He had a gun charge. He was from Patterson, New Jersey. I forgot his name. We used to call him Jamaican. He was the cook. And he was cooking in the day room because we had the microwaves. So every morning, like around between 9:30 and 10:30, he would start cooking his shit for him and his group, you know, his guys, his little clique, for lunch. So there's one day we just all sitting there watching Sports Center, and we're watching Sports Center. Then also you hear him coming, "Oh, who take my food out the microwave?" Somebody opened the microwave up, the one in the middle, and took the 3 bowls out of it and put it on top of the microwave. And the dude was gangster. He's like, "Man, fuck that. Nigga ain't using all 3 microwaves. He ain't the only one here. Fuck out of here. I need the microwave too." So he took them shits out. Now, mind you, the Jamaican dude, he didn't have a menacing style or, look real rough and tough, killer type. He was, shaved face, clean haircut, always smiling. In fact, he looked just like fucking Jameson Winston, the quarterback from New Orleans. He looked just like him too. Yeah, like that. He said, "Oh yeah." He went in the kitchen because he worked in the kitchen, and he fucking boiled up some fucking hot ass grits, bro. He made that shit hot as hell. So the dude sitting in the day room watching Sports Center, of course, we all sitting there watching Sports Center, walks up behind him with that fucking pot. Hot shit, bro. And he dumped that fucking grits on that man's head. I've never seen that in my, not like that ever in my life, bro. It's like the movies, bro. And when that grits hit that man's head, his flesh off his right side of his face and his ear just slid off his fucking bone, like just slid down off his face, bro. But he turns his going to parole, going home next month to another 15-year sentence. He turned to a 15-year sentence, bro. Added to his already what he was finishing over a fucking microwave. That was crazy. Then there was other few instances, So I just sharing these little stories like this so whatever young man or young woman sees this video on my YouTube, you get a better understanding that is not what they're showing. Look how ignorant people are, bro. They're starting to dump shit out here now. This is the suburbs, the woods. And we work so hard to get here. Look. You already know who's doing this, but then I'll be called a Mexican. I'll be called a racist. But there's a lot of Mexicans out here that work doing side jobs, and then they dump their work right here. I don't know why you don't take it to a dump site and get rid of it or throw it in a dumpster. What the fuck? That is ignorant, bro. See, nobody has respect for anything, man. So it doesn't matter where you live, where you at. It's how you act, bro. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect Earth. How you expect Earth or God to respect you? Nothing good comes out of hate. Nothing good comes out of bad. That's terrible, man. That wasn't there yesterday, so that just happened this morning. And then you're driving and you got trash in your car. I know we get the urge to want to throw the trash out the window. But just wait till you get home. Gather your trash and put it in your trash can. On your way in the house, I know you got a trash can sitting outside, right? You take the trash and put it in the trash can. Because guess what? On the day of judgment, when you're risen to be judged, Earth is going to testify against you. Earth is going to testify against you. Or where'd you litter at? What day? What time? So you can't lie. When I learned that, I stopped littering. Because I used to be one of them assholes to throw out the whole shit that we got from a fast food place after we ate it. Because my boy at the time, he used to do that. He used to take all the trash out of my car and fucking just throw it outside, bro. He said, "Let's clean it up. City workers will get it." It's terrible, bro. So yeah, so it's not all good in the hood, man. To the politicians that's running the cities of urban America, we see they're building parks, right, that nobody go to. So they're taking that money that the federal government is giving to the inner cities, and they're putting it into that and saying that that's what they use the money for. And then they're using it to do other things, go on vacations and buying fucking brand new vehicles and going out to political dinners and just living the life, bro. Just living the life, dude. Meanwhile, you got people right here in America hungry, thirsty, water issues, homeless, eviction notices, utility shut-off notices. Oh, they're off already. You know, we're only a couple months away from the winter. Now, whether or not it's going to be cold, extremely cold, that's, no one knows but God himself. But I know with global warming and the glaciers are melting, so we probably won't get a lot of snow. Like last year when it got snow 3 times, out of the 3 times, only once was it a lot. Like maybe a foot. And I was out there shoveling my driveway. I got some sun on my head, making this energy. Ah, yes, Lord, thank you. All praise is due to you. Yes. So we need somebody that's from the hood, step up and get in office and then do the right thing. You're gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. A lot of people are gonna be upset. But you gotta take that money that comes from the federal government and do right by your peoples, man. I know your eyes and the devil can make you see like, oh shit, and be selfish and greedy. But we need somebody to get in there and do the right thing. The same thing becoming a senator or a congressman or a mayor or a governor or even the president of the United States. They're running all these political games and smudging it right in our faces. We see it and there's nothing we can do about it. They're passing laws and bills without us even voting on it. So we're not even a democracy anymore. We've become a socialist society. So if that's the case, we might as well just have one king. Vote somebody in, just have one person in charge who makes decisions and then fire everybody else. Get rid of that Congress shit. Get rid of the Supreme Court. Get rid of the fucking senators. Get rid of everything, bro. And just have one person laying this shit down. And then he can do a 5-year term and then get the next motherfucker in there. Because it ain't working. We are being starved out. Nobody's paying attention. Do you know so far 23 food distribution centers in the United States have burnt down? And it's to crash the economy. And then the hedge funds and China are in the United States buying up all the properties, the farms, and the homes. Crashing the housing market. The hedge funds, which is, I would say predominantly all our taxpayers' money in it, they're using it to buy all these homes and nobody lives in them. They're just sitting there. But yet we got human beings in the United States of America homeless. And they're building animal shelters and promoting animal shelters on TV and locking people up for abusing animals or being mean to an animal. So this society values animals more than humans. Breaks my heart. I said we open all those doors to those animal shelters and let all those animals loose. Like in the woods somewhere. Take them to a secluded area and just let them live, let them do them. You know, in the United States where all that land is, you just let them do them. And then put homeless people in there. Turn that into shelters, man. The mentally ill is being pushed out the doors of psychiatric hospitals and put in the streets. And they're running around in public crazier than a fucking pit bull. Committing heinous crimes. Just craziness. They just shot one yesterday. You can see that he was mentally disturbed and he had his cell phone in his hand. And you can hear the cop say, oh, no, that's not a gun, that's not a gun. But he still ran up on him with his gun out on him. Oh, no, that's not a gun. Put it down, put it down, put it down. He was black. And when he turned around, they shot him multiple times and killed him. But even with that, still don't come together. It ain't all good in the hood. They're programmed us to hate each other, to envy one another. I stopped at a few spots and I was like, yo, fellas, what's up? There was a whole bunch of dudes out there throwing dice, you know, on the block. What's good, man? It's my merch. Blah, blah, blah. Check it out. Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, negative. They don't want to see nobody win. If it ain't them, who you think you are? You think you're special? Then I seen somebody else yesterday, he was like, so what you been up to? And I showed him. He said, oh, man, you still doing that? You still selling that little bit of merch? You still doing that, bro? I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm still doing that, bro. How you think I eat? How you think I feed my family? How you think I live? This changed my life, dude. I went from being in the hood to the woods and peace. Look, all peaceful, bro. You hear the gunfire? The gunfire is because up there's a gun range about like a mile ahead, about a mile down the highway right there. I ain't know that when I moved out here. That shit gives me fucking, what's the stupid ass word? When you've been traumatized, right? PTSD or some shit like that. That. Sometimes I get it. Oh shit, they busting. So we gotta do better, man. Oh, real quick, this podcast is brought to you by and sponsored by Hoodstar World, the clothing line with a comfort fit for men, women, and children. So shop today at hoodstarworld.com. And to all the social media platforms, we see what you're doing. We see exactly what you're doing. You want all our people to sell their souls. Look at that lady, Black China. She's on OnlyFans showing the crack of her whole inside of her fucking human body. And then they posted yesterday on the Shade Room that she makes $20 million a month. So now all the women, all the girls are gonna sign up for OnlyFans to sell their souls. And no amount of money, no amount of fame, the clout is gonna save you from the punishment of the grave and on a day of judgment. Don't sell your souls, man. The devil's a liar. If God seems fit to want to make you a millionaire, then he will do so. If he seems fit that wants to have you continue to struggle and to work towards your goals, then he's testing you in your faith. Don't sell your soul to get in the music business or to get money. I will never sell my soul. I will continue to sell my little bit of merch out the trunk of my car and sell my radio station slots at hoodstar365tvradio.com. You know, give independent artists the opportunity to get on the radio. That's why I created it. And I will continue to do my podcast, which gain the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And the mixtapes, Hoodstar 365, the mixtape series on SoundCloud. Don't sell your soul, man. If you got somebody to the right and to the left of you that has any type of negative energy, tell them it's going to be okay. God loves them. And God's just testing all of us. Testing me too. That's why I had to get up just now and come for a little walk. So let me release that you can be great and humble and successful at the same time. The streets don't love you. Your girlfriend don't love you. That's just lust. Your boyfriend don't love you. It's just lust. That's just temporary emotions. Love has an expiration date. You could be dating this girl right here today, stop talking to her, and then she'll go date somebody else. Then she'll go date somebody else. And then it just continues and continues. Connecting energies. So you gotta protect your energy. Stop giving your energy away to human beings. When you give your energy away to human beings, they're putting demons in you. And trauma. Understand? All right, so I'm Ali, Hoodstar 365. This has been Respect the Game, the podcast, and it's not all good in the hood. Peace. Don't forget to go shop at hoodstarworld.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Click the link, or you can inbox me. Follow me on Instagram at hoodstarworld, and I'll ship right out to you. All right? So with that, I love y'all. Stay positive and repent. See this word right here, tauba, is repent in Arabic, tauba. Okay? So whatever you got going on, what you've ever done, what you've done today, ask for repentance and to be forgiven. And he will. He's so merciful and so graceful and gracious. All right? I love y'all. Peace.